about one of an important rare disorder, and this is a medical genetical condition, and we call it as a congenital condition. That means this is a condition that happens by birth. Now, first of all, why we are studying it? We are studying it because one of the para archers of India, Sheetal Devi, who recently won, is suffering from phocomelia. Now, what is phocomelia? Phocomelia, as I mentioned, is a congenital disease. That means it is a birth-born disease or by birth disease, right? The next is what is the consequence. So, basically, it talks about flipper shaped arms and legs. So it's a malformation of the arms and legs with a flipper like appendages that could be seen. And one of the major causes that has been is the use of thalidomide, which is a drug that is given to females during pregnancy, and this is given mainly to control the effects of morning sickness and nausea in the early days. However, with this drug, which was released without testing by a German company, there have been numerous cases of phocomelia which have affected the scenario globally. So this is one of the causes which is considered as a leading cause of phocomelia. Now, this term was given by Saint Hilary in 1836. What are some of the characteristic features of phocomelia? As we mentioned, deformations or malformations of the upper arm and the lower limbs, absence of pelvic bones, undeveloped upper limbs, flipper-like appendages, short arms, fused fingers, missing thumbs in some cases, or lack of thigh bone. Those are some of the characteristic features of phocomelia. Now, retardation symptoms, as we could see, are growth retardation symptoms and are congenital. They could also affect mental status. So, there could be mental deficiencies in infants which could be associated with phocomelia. In some cases, it could be sparse hairs, silvery blonde appearance, or abnormal building up of blood vessels at certain places. So those bluish white pigmentation in eye, those are some of the characteristic features. Now, thalidomide, as we said, is considered as one of the major causes behind it. So thalidomide was released in the market back in 1958 by West German company in the name of Contergan. And Contergan was basically prescribed mainly as a sedative, hypnotic, and this was to cure morning sickness, anxiety, insomnia, or gastritis. And this was released in the public without any testing. And there was a scene where this drug was available highly over the counter in 1960s. Now, since this drug was available without a prescription, over the counter means you can simply go on to the shop and buy it. You don't require a doctor's prescription for it. So we call those drugs as over the counter drugs. So those over the counter drug, this was an over the counter drug which was brought and which was popular in Germany during that time. And in Germany itself, nearly 5,000 to 7,000 children during that period who were born suffered from phocomelia. So of those born, only 40% could survive. Now, according to the National Organization for Rare Disorder, this is transmitted. This is also a genetic form. It is because of the autosomal recessive trait, which is mutation in the chromosome number 8. Right? So it is a autosomal disease, but it is recessive. So again, an important understanding about phocomelia is this is a rare genetic disorder that could be seen. Now again, sometimes it is confused with Roberts syndrome. Roberts syndrome is a different syndrome. What is a basic difference is the cells cease to develop, and there is a prevention of proper development of the limbs, brains, or other parts of the body. So chromosome copies do not connect at the centromere, and therefore, since the chromosome copies do not connect at the centromere, they are unable to copy themselves. Also, the new cells would either have reduced or would have excess number of chromosomes. So both these disorders, the Robert syndrome and the chromosomalia appear to be similar, but there is a little difference that has been cited, and that is because the individual chromosome copies do not attach to the centrosome in the case of Robert syndrome. So again, a very important topic, very important, highly probable question for your UPSC prelims 2024. We'll try to bring in such important topics and rare topics which are frequently asked with your prelims examination in the upcoming sessions. So stay tuned, and yes, don't miss to check the expected 2024 playlist that we have created exclusively for your upcoming examination. Thanks for joining in.